IVM.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast. I started this podcast, I'm told this is the 64th episode, so 64 episodes ago, with the idea of giving you guys an A to Z of positive action. And what is positive action? Well, it's about taking the right action to make the change that you need to make. It's about tackling and dealing with issues in our life, whether they're tiny or really big, in an appropriate manner, so as to really create the change that we want to experience. Understanding where we are faltering, understanding ourselves better, and evolving through the right action. Well, over these 64 episodes, I've gone from giving you 2 full rounds of A to Z of positive action to now sharing perspectives on various topics that you guys are sending me. So if you'd like me to talk about something specific, connect with me on Instagram. My handle is PositivityAngel. DM me and I will bring in that topic. But I will say this, before you send in your topic, listen to the podcast. Maybe what you are asking for has already been answered in one of the previous episodes. Today I'm talking about something very interesting. It's a feeling that all of us somewhere consciously or subconsciously chase. Unconditional love. We all want it, don't we? To be loved unconditionally. No expectations, don't ask anything from me in return, just love me because, I'm me. You know, a while ago when I was putting out this call on Instagram asking you guys to send me topics and send me ideas, someone messaged me and said that I do so much for others and then I have expectations, but they don't do enough for me in return. And this very person then also said that they feel that people love them only when they do something for them. Right? So if I do something for you, then you will love me back. Otherwise, if I'm of no use to you, then I have no love for you. This is what this person was experiencing. And they said, why can't people just love unconditionally? Why can't we have friendships and relationships where there are no conditions and no expectations? And my question to this person was, by wanting this and not making friends and isolating yourself, aren't you placing a condition right here, right now on friendship? Aren't you placing the condition that without me doing anything, I will just present myself, you need to love me no matter what? Aren't you making that demand and aren't you having that expectation from the people that you connect with? So just because you connected with someone and you clicked with someone, that person must be your whole and soul and must make their life all about you. Unconditional love is, it's a tricky situation. I know that the only place where it may be experienced, and even there it can be rare after a certain point, is mother to child. And the reason why I say this is because as humans, even mothers will look at the child and say, when you grow up, you'll take care of me, right? Or, when the child grows up and the child does not marry as per the mother's expectations, the mother gets upset and does not behave very kindly. Even with fathers, if the child grows up and does not join the family business, then they're not good enough and suddenly they're not as loved. In friendships, if you don't show up for your friend in good times as well as in bad, then you're not a good friend and I do so much for you, but you do nothing for me. And the same comes even in relationships. Unconditional love is that trick question that we humans have created. What we actually should work towards is unconditional acceptance. One of the biggest ways in which we can express love is through acceptance, is by showing acceptance. Unconditional love to me is actually about unconditional acceptance. You want somebody to accept you as you are. You want somebody to treat you with love and care because you are who you are. You want them to feel a sense of pride in you. You want them to need you. You want them to want you. Step out of this need of unconditional love. And if you want acceptance, then learn to give it first. Which means you're going to have to first drop the judgment. And there is an episode, it was episode 4 of this very podcast where I have spoken about dropping the judgment, and there are tips in there. So that's where you need to start. Drop the judgment. Drop this need and desire for unconditional love. Instead, stand in unconditional acceptance. Unapologetically accept yourself, flaws and all, and unconditionally accept those in your life. Know that they can do only as much as they can do. Know that everyone has their own priorities, and they should have their own priorities. Nobody was born to live your life for you. They have to live their own life. We all have our own journeys, and our paths will cross. And some of us will walk a distance together, and some of us will just meet and part ways. Accept it. That is life. Not everyone is supposed to be in your life for life. All of us have a time limit with each other. And then you meet certain people who will be there throughout. And even when I say throughout, I mean one chunk of time. Think about it. The only people who actually will stay with you or have scope of staying with you till the end, from the beginning till the end, is possibly a sibling and maybe few friends. Parents, well, unfortunately, with the cycle of life and death, they're not going to always be around. That is the sad truth that we have to accept. Lovers, partners, husband, wife, well, they meet us when half our life is already lived. So they're not with you your entire life. So the ones who are actually with you are siblings and some friends. And this is a space where you should work on building unconditional acceptance. More than in your romantic relationship and everywhere else. This is where. Because these are the people with whom you're going to grow old. And this is the connection that's going to last a lifetime. That is lasting a lifetime, quite literally. And this is the connection where you have seen each other through so much. So if you are somebody who is pining for unconditional love, drop it. You are sitting in the energy of lack. You are essentially telling yourself that the love that you are currently receiving from the different people in your life is not good enough. You are telling yourself, despite being on a full tummy, that you are still starving and hungry. And it's only going to cause you to have an upset tummy. It's only going to cause you to have a broken heart of your own doing. So think about this today and understand that instead of unconditional love, stand in the energy of unconditional acceptance. The only thing that I want to give you today is a slight reality dose. That's what this episode is about. I've had this word thrown at me by clients and even by lovers from another lifetime. And you think about it and you look at that person and say, what kind of unconditional love are you talking about? The only creature actually, now that I think about it, who can give you unconditional love is a puppy. Yeah, not even cats. Dogs can. So maybe that's where you want to go for that dose of unconditional love and leave the human, condition-filled love for all your other relationships. Don't try to bring that into this zone. And with that, I'm going to sign off. As I've always said, all previous episodes are available on the IVM website and the IVM app. So download that today if you haven't already. And I will catch you again next Monday with another topic. If you want me to talk about something specific, DM me on Instagram. My handle is PositivityAngel.
Look! Up in the internet! It's a meme! No! It's a cat video! No! It's the Geek Fruit Podcast!
That's right, we interrupt this riveting broadcast to tell you about our show, the Geek Fruit Podcast, where Tejas, Dinkar and I, Jishnu, talk about everything in pop culture, including DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Netflix, and everything in between.
You know how your friends hate it when you ramble about some nerdy crap and you just want somebody to listen to you? Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that, but come listen to us ramble and it'll almost be like the real thing. Kind of.
Listen to new episodes of the Geek Fruit Podcast every Monday and the Geek Fruit Bulletin every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Happy listening, you nerds.
How many times have you motivated yourself to improve your sleep or lose weight, or be more productive? How many times have you failed? Hi, my name is Ashton Doctor. Tune into my show, The Habit Coach Podcast, where we focus on creating small, tiny habits to improve your life instead of those big, impossible tasks. So make listening to me a habit every Monday, Wednesday and Friday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com or on your favorite podcasting app.